What's going on, folks? Welcome to another Tales from the Hood mini-sode. If you're keeping up with the regular episodes, you will recognize that new theme energy, courtesy of Mr. Grand Ace. Go ahead and follow him on all of the things. I'm sure we plugged him properly when we premiered the new music. Super excited. I'm sure some people are like, well, we don't know. We don't like change, whatever. You will get used to this. This is an original theme. I'm so excited. I love them. I'm sure I've praised it beyond belief already, but I just want to, now that we're going to be doing it on the mini-sodes as well, the props are going to come out every time. Grand Ace crushed it. Absolutely fantastic lyrics. And we're happy to have some original theme music. That's puts us in a new echelon. That's like Family Matters. That's real shit, man. Real shows have their own music with their names in it and references. And that I'm so happy about this. So I'm excited that you guys get to hear that. And, if you don't like it, you will like it eventually. Keep listening to it. And if you don't like it, get out. No, don't do that. Just skip it. I don't know. It's fine. We like it. How about that? Fran, what's going on? How you feeling?
I'm feeling great, man. It is a new year.
New year, new you.
2023.
Absolutely.
New me.
Yeah. You got any big plans for 2023?
I do. Yeah. I do. I have some goals that I am 100%, 110% committed to.
110.
110. And I'm gonna just let that be said. I don't want to.
Yeah, we don't speak on our accomplishments. We won't speak on our goals. We just let people see.
Just let them see.
Yeah,
let them notice.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
so without any further ado, let's go ahead and jump into these emails, kick things off. You guys know right here. Again, affirmativemurder@gmail.com. Get those emails in. We've been getting some great ones. Last episode was great. Family drama and all those kind of things. We love those. I know people don't want to put their business out there sometimes, but who better to put your business out there too than the homies? You know what I'm saying? Like, unburden yourself. Get that off your chest with some homies, and we'll hold you down. We can hold your chest for you.
Can I throw a challenge out there?
Please.
I'm excited to see, or I want to see somebody send us a audio, maybe.
Sure.
Audio, maybe video. Keep it
video.
Keep it
Interesting.
Concise. Of like you and your friend that give us a story that you guys, experienced that where you can tell it. Together.
Ooh.
I want to see.
Let them play off of each other.
Yeah, I want to see something like that.
Okay, you want to
out there.
Got it.
I know listeners have their friend or something, sister, brother, whatever. Y'all had something spooky. Y'all can tell where it's like different.
You want to witness there to be like, let me tell you what I saw from my perspective.
Yeah.
After they say what they saw.
Exactly.
I like that. Yeah, that's a challenge. Hey, if you got that sounds like something you got. You and your best friend tell a story, because sometimes you get around two people and they got a story that they tell together that you just it's unmatched. Yes. The energy is like, no, not that part. Don't tell them. Oh, yeah. That's friends putting that challenge out there. If that sounds like you and your friend, go ahead and hit record, hit that button on something, your phone or whatever, and go ahead and send that in to us. Affirmativemurder@gmail.com. We're going to kick this off with an email from, let me make sure, Molly. The title of this is, My Uncle's Love Triangle Ruined My 16th Birthday.
Uh-oh.
It says, Hi, Alvin and Fran. My name is Molly, and I'm still mad that Alvin mispronounced it on my Patreon shout out. It's Molly, but with some zest. What am I?
Maybe you saying it wrong now.
I don't know, because the way she spelled it, that looks like Molly to me. So her name, okay, let's go ahead. You want to call me out, Molly? Or Molly? Or whatever? Maybe I said Molly. Okay, I'm sure it's Molly. But okay, so her name is spelled Molley. So here's what probably happened. I probably went, looks like Molly, but maybe it's Molly. But it looks like Molly. I think it's Molly, but maybe it's Molly. That's probably
is Molly the zest?
Yeah, because the E.
Okay.
It's like Molly. Molley is Molly, but she's like, my name's Molly, but it's got an E on there. Because I'm excellent or whatever. She has some kind of slogan for it. Some kind of, she has some kind of, some little phrase she uses. Yeah.
What's up with your computer? You got like some type of...
That went into night mode.
Night mode?
Yeah, it went into night mode. Yeah, we do big things over here.
All right, excuse me.
Computer savvy. So anyway, and literally that's what it says. Anyways.
It's moving on.
Yeah. Anyways, my Tales from the Hood is about my Uncle Mike's tragic love triangle. My birthday is in late September, and when I was in high school, homecoming always happened to fall in the sweet spot right around it. My sophomore year, my 16th birthday, was the same day as the homecoming dance. I was thrilled to go dress shopping with my mom before the dance. We hit a few different stores with no luck, and finally, I was in the Macy's dressing room trying on a dress that my 16-year-old self thought would really make my ex-boyfriend regret a few things. Okay, Molly, talk about it. I had a big smile on my face when I walked out to show my mom, only to see that she was absolutely sobbing.
Oh.
I asked her what was wrong, and she looked at me in the eyes and said, I have no idea. We left after quickly buying the dress and got in the car. Not even an hour after the onset of my mother's sudden emotional breakdown, my grandfather called her as we were driving home. The police had just called to inform him that my Uncle Mike had been murdered. and he and my grandma had to go identify the body. Ooh,
Man.
Now, my Uncle Mike was not a guy who made great decisions, but he also wasn't a guy who made get yourself murdered decisions either. We were in utter shock, and it only got worse when the full story unfolded.
Oh.
You see, way back in high school, my Uncle Mike had a girlfriend named Beth. My mom says they were head over heels in goofy high school love with each other. But Mike was a year or two older than her, and when he graduated, they broke things off. He ended up meeting my Aunt Jackie, and they got married and had a few kids together. He wasn't a great husband or dad, if you remember that not a great decision-making reference from earlier. He and Jackie divorced, and it felt like my family chose to keep Jackie over him. Damn. Keep the in-law. You kept the in-law over the blood?
That's wild.
We like her more. I'm sorry. Like, I know you're a family or whatever, but you suck. We'd rather keep her around. You know, not to speak ill of the dead, but that's what you said in your email. I'm sorry. We didn't see much of Uncle Mike for probably 15 years. During his Black Sheep era, he was busy making big money as a general contractor and having a tumultuous relationship with a woman my mother didn't have anything nice to say about. I think everything took a turn when an entire wall of fiberglass accidentally got free and fell on him at a project site. A whole sheet of glass fell on him. His body was totally crushed. Oh, Jesus.
What?
He spent months in the hospital where he was probably
He survived?
one of those, yeah, man. He's probably one of those full body casts and the mask cast where he's like, and he's strung up.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I've never seen anybody in that, like, except in movies.
I don't think that's
the thing.
Yeah.
What happens if you break your whole body?
Body's, I think you're probably dead, right?
You thought you would have thought until Uncle Mike came and surprised you. A whole sheet of glass fell on this guy. He's alive. The only time I've ever
maybe like had a broken neck or something.
She said his whole body was crushed. The only time
in the cartoons when he turned to like
an accordion. Yeah. Rest in peace, Uncle Mike. Man, hold on. That's crazy. Then he got up and was like, squint, 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 squint. No, that's crazy.
That's wild.
No. So his body was totally crushed. He spent months in the hospital recovering and was never once visited by the terrible woman who shall not be named, mostly because I don't remember her name.
Oh, okay.
Maybe it was Vicky? Mike's career in contracting was crumbled in the wake of the accident.
Yeah.
Yeah, his whole body, he crumbled. Yeah. No, that's great. Hold on.
That's what you talking about.
He's going to go back to work? He's lucky that he survived that. What are you talking? Yeah, it really got hard for him to get up and go to work in the morning. I bet. Jesus. Cut him some slack. Let him be on workers' comp forever.
Man.
Damn. Hope was sued somebody.
A sheet of glass?
Whole sheet of glass. Only time I ever seen that in real life was Final Destination 2. A dude was like walking down the street. You know how they kill everybody off?
Yeah.
And he was walking and he went and chased some birds and scared the birds off.
I remember that.
And they were building a building and the tink fell off the wires and it just fell and folded them right up.
Oh my goodness.
That was what it looked like when it's not Wile E. Coyote. It wasn't funny when it happened to him.
They're going to bring those back.
The Final Destination movies?
Back.
Yeah, they're going to let it die down for a little bit and revamp it.
Yep.
I like them.
Yeah, those were nuts, man.
As long as the kills are creative, those movies are wild.
Crazy.
They killed a girl in a tanning bed one time. I said, oh, they getting crazy now. I don't want to go anywhere. Then you know about the one where the accident and the logs.
That's the only one I remember vividly.
Yeah.
Clearly.
Whenever I see a log truck, it's not happening. I'm going around.
I'm going around.
Yeah, no, fuck that. You're not getting me.
No.
Patink when I'm come off and come through. No, couldn't be me. Could never be me. So yeah, his career crumbled in the wake of the accident until he recovered with Beth after running into her at they got back together. Until he reconnected with Beth after running into her at a local grocery store. So Beth was his high school sweetheart.
Okay, I was wondering when she was going to come back into play.
Now she has.
Okay.
Boom. Years later, after fucking the brink of death, you run into the one that got away.
Yeah,
that'll turn things around for you emotionally. So they ran into each other decades later, and it turned out that they were still in love. They quickly fell into spending all their free time together, which was truthfully sort of limited for a while because Beth had a secret. Oh, this keeps getting juicier.
Yeah.
One night, Mike was trying to convince Beth to stay the night with him or to let him stay the night at her house. She was apprehensive, and Mike was pretty confused because, we got back in hot and heavy. It's like we're in high school again. We love each other. It had been many months of them dating, and she really seemed all in, but she had thus far refused to let him be in her apartment for more than a few hours at a time. Ooh.
Yeah,
that's a big red flag. Months?
Keep up on that.
You haven't slept over?
Yeah.
No, where it's like, it's been like 2 hours, like, all right, well, you got to go.
Gotta go,
like, what you mean? Are you rushing me out?
Yeah.
That's a major red flag.
Yeah, man.
If anybody's ever rushing you out of their house,
go. Get out.
And don't come back and delete their number.
Yeah.
That might be the biggest, I can't think of a bigger red flag than that.
If you're an adult?
If you're a grown ass person, if your mom's not coming home,
Right.
if you're 30 plus and you're like, man, it's getting late. Well, this was fun. You're like, well, we only had one glass of wine.
No.
I know, but like,
Get out.
I know something came up.
No.
Don't come back when you leave.
How do you leave and go like, well,
yeah, guess I'll see him next
busy.
time. Yeah, guess something,
that.
work emergency. Unless he's a surgeon and the heart is on the table right now, they got to go put the heart in somebody.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm work emergency. He's like, you work at Foot Locker, and it's 10 o'clock. The mall's closed. Like, well, I got a stocking emergency. Don't come back.
Got the new Jordans in.
Yeah, it's going to be hell tomorrow. You know how it gets. The kids come out there, people get stabbed. No, they need me. Okay. Finally, she told him why. In their decades apart, Beth had had a marriage of her own, one she was in the process of ending. Her soon-to-be ex-husband was furious about the divorce. He had been physically and emotionally abusive to Beth during their marriage, and she admitted to Mike that she was afraid of him and what he would do if he found out that Beth had met someone new.
Yeah.
My uncle promised that he'd protect. Hey, man.
Hey,
man.
Hey, look.
He's so much madder than you. It's not even just, hey, say we'll call the police if he comes around. Because saying stuff like that, here's the thing. I can't remember what comedian said this. It was Big J. Okerson. And he was saying, this is the story I can wrap it up real quick. So Big J. Okerson was hanging out with the guy and Big J. Okerson, his wife. It was him, his wife at the time, and their friend. And they went to a rock concert. And their friend was like, hey, let me borrow your keys. I met this girl. I'm going to go hook up with her in your car. And he didn't say that, but he was like, let me borrow your keys. And then when they went to the car after the concert was over, stuff was stolen out of the car. And he's like, what the hell, man? I gave you my keys. What happened? Did you forget to lock up? He was like, man, I was hooking up with these girls in your car. And he's like, and then the whole thing. You were hooking up with girls in my car? And he's like, anyway, it doesn't matter. They stole out of my car, so call them and whatever. And then when he called them, they wouldn't pick up. And then when they did pick up, they didn't want to come back to the car. But they left their phone in the car, like they dropped it. So they had to come back.
Yeah.
So when they came back, Big J. Okerson's like, so now we're like, well, you fucking took something from me, and I'm not giving you your phone back until you get money, jewelry, whatever. Those two girls had husbands. Okay. So then their husbands show up and they're like, what the fuck's going on? He's like, well, and he says, I didn't give a shit about my friend. He was fucking these girls. So I said, well, your fucking dumb girlfriend stole money out of my car and I have their phone and they were fucking my friend and I'm not giving you the phone back until I get my shit back. And they were like, what do you mean these are our wives? What do you mean they were having sex with our wives? And then, the guys were like, I don't know what the fuck's going on, but give me my wife's fucking phone right now. And he was like, his wife had the phone. Yeah. So Big J. Okerson took the phone from his wife and was like, well, I have the phone now and nobody's going anywhere until I get my shit back. Yeah. And he said one of those guys stepped up in his face so hard and he said, it's one of the funniest, I think about it all the time. He goes, I just had some stuff taken from me. Like this guy just found out like his whole life fell apart. Like he's way madder than I am right now. You know what I mean? So this is like not the same. Right. So this guy being like, first of all, also your uncle just was years removed from being crushed into millions of pieces. Yeah. So for you to be like, I'll protect you from this ex-husband. He's been married to this. He's an abusive person for one. Yeah. And he's got all the boiled up like, I gotta fucking give alimony. And you're just like, I like her. Yeah. No, that's those energies. No, call the police. So talking about you're gonna protect her. Like, man, he's way madder than you are, buddy.
That's a different level of anger right there.
Man.
Yeah. No. You can't.
Don't even step in front of that.
Rest in peace, Mike, but don't
step in front of that. He shouldn't.
You kind of damaged goods a little bit, bro.
Yeah, that's yeah. Come on, man. That was crazy. So
man, him saying that will get you in a situation you can avoid by you saying, I'm gonna protect.
Yeah, now you're like
the whole thing. I
would have been like, you know what? Let's take a step back, and once you get everything,
you figure that out first.
You come stay at my house. You can stay at my house if you don't feel safe here, and then once you get divorced, I'll make sure you get an order of protection. But to be like, you know what? I am gonna sleep here because I don't want to jump ahead, but I feel like he was like, oh, I'm definitely gonna stay here now. I'll make sure if he comes around, fuck that. Neither one of I would have been like, neither of us should stay here. Let's leave until we get this figured out. You get if the divorce is final and everything. If you don't feel safe, I don't want you to be here. That would have been my response. Anyway, he said that he would protect her, and besides, nothing bad would happen from staying the night. The ex didn't know where she lived, right? Oh, so I guess she moved to a new place. So she didn't move to a new place. Okay. But that doesn't. It's probably a small town. He can
small town. He's an abusive husband.
He can find her.
He will follow you.
Yeah.
They just don't let you from shows that I've seen.
Yeah.
They just don't disappear and like whatever.
Yeah, you can't just move away and they never find you. No. Evil people are persistent. So he stayed the night. He said, like, I'll protect you. And he's like, no, I know you now. Now I know why. This is why you haven't been letting me stay the night. Fuck that. I'll protect you. And he stayed the night. Man. The next morning, Beth and Mike awoke to a knock at the door. The one night he stayed over. Finally, when she told him why he wasn't staying over, he stays over confidently. And you're gonna find out right now.
Did you read this already?
No.
Okay, good.
I have not. I don't know what's going on. This is crazy. So there was a knock at the door. My Uncle Mike got up and answered. You got too comfortable, Mike. Rest in peace, Mike. I almost got up and left. You got too comfortable too quick, Mike.
It's the peephole, man.
You also just found out. She just told you I have a crazy ex. Let her open the door and find out if you have to play. Go hide in the closet
or something. You be quiet. Shh.
Yeah.
Look through people. Oh, it's him.
Yes.
I'm gonna jump off the balcony. And hopefully there's not.
I don't actually want to pretend. I'll call the police.
Yeah.
Or don't nobody open the door. Let's just call the police. So here we go. This is male ego, testosterone. Absolutely. He goes, oh, that's him. This is my girl now. Let me open the door and let him know what the deal is. This is me speculating, obviously, but that's how I feel. It's like you open it. If he looked out the peephole and saw there's a guy, something goes in your mind of like, is this the guy?
I would have hoped she told him, look, he's only 5'2". He's not really a strong man.
Yeah.
But he's capable of some things. Where he goes, oh, he's what?
Yeah.
Okay,
I could take him.
I could take him.
I
hope that's the situation.
He opened the door. He got up. He doesn't live. It's not his house.
You don't say who is it. You
got up in the boxers.
Oh, that's crazy.
Because they just he slept over.
That's bold, man.
He says something so sweet to her, like, I'll protect you like you're forever. They had passionate love making.
Absolutely.
And then he woke up and went open the door in the boxers to let him know, like, this is my territory now. I'm holding this down.
I don't know about that. You gotta be smart.
You gotta be smart. Don't have a dick measuring contest with an ex-husband and you just were crumbled up.
Deranged ex.
Yeah, he's crazy. He used to beat on her and stuff. Like, this is not, don't get in. This is crazy. Anyway, so like I said, Mike goes and answers the door. And it's Beth's ex-husband. He shouldered his way into the apartment before my uncle realized what was happening. Beth heard the commotion and walked out of the bedroom just in time to watch her former husband shoot Uncle Mike in the head.
Oh my.
Before staring her in the eyes.
What?
And putting the gun in his own mouth.
And blowing his... No.
It was the exact nightmare that she had tried to prevent the night before. Her ex-husband had found her by paying a buddy in the security business to run a background check on her.
Oh shit.
And came...
They will find out.
Yes.
Man.
Yeah. Man. And he came packing. Oh, came packing a gun.
A gun, yeah.
He hadn't even been aware of my uncle's presence in Beth's life until he opened the door. So that meant he went straight to boiling red rage. Yeah.
I hope he didn't answer the door in his box.
Just answering the door in the morning. It was the morning. So just being there in the morning, he can already connect the dots. And he's crazy.
He doesn't have a tool belt around his waist. So no. He's not here to fix anything.
No. So he hadn't been aware of my uncle's presence in Beth's life until he opened the door.
Wow.
It was obvious to the police and to Beth that the bullets in the gun had been meant for her.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it was just 2 bullets, you think?
2.
Yeah. Jeez.
He was going to off himself regardless.
Yeah, he was going to kill her and kill himself. Jeez.
Wow.
Okay. His funeral was held the next weekend. And I had attended funerals before, but there's a palpable heaviness to a murder victim's funeral that I hadn't felt before.
I never thought about that.
Yeah, like you're like, this isn't an old person. I've only been to old people's funerals, so I don't know. But yeah, like.
That's crazy. I've never thought about that.
Yeah, where it's like, this feels wrong. It feels wrong. It feels like something was taken, My uncle was my mom's much younger brother. So his murder really shook me to my core as far as my personal morality. 1 week later, I spent most of homecoming and my birthday sobbing in the bathroom at my high school. Wow. meaning I never really got to dance on some other 16-year-olds or make my ex jealous. In hindsight, I probably shouldn't have wanted that anyways, considering how poorly a jealous ex situation had just turned out for Beth. The police weren't letting us talk details with people outside of the family while they wrapped up the investigation. So I couldn't even tell my friends why I was being such a bummer. And that's the story of how my uncle's love triangle ruined a bunch of stuff for everybody, but especially me. And for him, that's the story of how my uncle really ruined homecoming.
You got to think about it. This dude he's built no equity. And what the shit he's done in the family is like,
they already like, God damn, ruined Christmas. I mean, yeah, okay, fair.
She's like, God,
he hadn't come around for like 15 years. Yeah, he was estranged.
Yeah,
he was estranged.
Yeah.
So hope you enjoyed it. You know what I mean, Molly,
hey, man. Oh shit.
Yeah, it's not as easy as you thought. Yeah,
that was a great story.
That was a great story. Thank you for letting us into your family life like that. That was unbelievable. I mean, the guy taking his own life after killing your uncle.
And it wasn't even meant for him.
It wasn't even meant for him. And then there's tragedy there because he had just found his love again after rehabbing of unbelievable injury.
Again, this is a situation where you go, what if he didn't go to that store that day?
And run into Beth. What if he didn't need groceries that day?
Man.
He would have never run into Beth, rekindled a relationship, and then ended up dead. Sometimes you zig when you could zag.
Wow, man.
But I don't want to say should in that case because I think he was happy. And he, it's tragic how it ended, but it was no fault of either of theirs.
Yeah.
It's just some nut job who couldn't say goodbye, and he messed up this guy rekindling a nice relationship with somebody. So that's sad. And fuck, man, that's a rough 15 years. You get fucking folded up by a piece of glass.
Shit.
And then recover from that, and then you find love again, and then you get killed. And the last thing you see is like the guy you just said, I'm going to protect you from.
Yeah.
And he kills you and then ends his own life too. Beth in that too. Beth,
she got to live with that. She got to live
with
that.
Oh my God. Yeah. No, let's not say that. I don't like how that sometimes people take that the wrong way.
Oh, you got to live with that.
Like it wasn't her fault. Like let's not say.
No, I'm talking.
She has to live with the image. Okay, cool. Okay, I just wanted to make sure. Yeah. No, Beth didn't do anything wrong. No, just wanted to make sure it was clear because sometimes people hear that phrase wrong. Yeah, she has to live with seeing that image for the rest of her life. That's fucking rough.
Yes.
God, man. Whoo.
And be like, that could have been me. That was meant for me.
Yeah, getting that information from the police too. Man. Whew. If she would open the door. Two people were going to die that day. And he just so happened to be a gentleman or wanted to protect her or whatever it was and went and opened her door.
Yeah.
That was meant for her. Wow. That's crazy. Molly. I hope it's Molly.
What a story.
What a fucking story. Thank you for sending that. And again, thank you for being vulnerable enough to share that with us because that was deep, man. That's personal. That's fucking family history.
Yeah.
So thank you for that. Affirmative Murder is brought to you by HelloFresh. You've got New Year's goals, and HelloFresh is here to help you achieve them. Skip the grocery store and take control of your time and your budget with delicious recipes delivered right to your door. With HelloFresh, eating well in the new year can be stress-free and delicious. With over 35 weekly recipes, they have the options you're looking for to help you achieve your goals. Choose calorie smart and carb smart recipes, or even customize select meals by swapping proteins or sides, upgrading your proteins, or adding protein to a veggie dish. And as you all know, this podcast is no stranger to meal kits, but HelloFresh just does it better. If you want quality food, easy to follow instructions, and fresh ingredients, there's no better place to look than HelloFresh. I mean, fresh is in the name. But don't just take my word for it. Go to HelloFresh.com/AMP21 and use the promo code AMP21 to get 21 free meals plus free shipping. Oh, you heard me right. That's HelloFresh.com/AM as in Martha, P21. And use code AMP21 to get 21 free meals plus free shipping. And just a fun fact for the road, our homies over at Green Chef are actually owned by HelloFresh now. So if you're working with them, stick with what you got because it's all under the same umbrella of freshness. So kick your new year off right with HelloFresh, America's #1 meal kit. Affirmative Murder is brought to you by ZocDoc. You're extremely unlikely to find quality medical advice in your group chat or any random TikTok rabbit hole you happen to stumble down. But you can find it from a doctor on ZocDoc. ZocDoc is the only free app that lets you find and book doctors who are patient-reviewed, take your insurance, are available when you need them, and treat almost every condition under the sun. That's right, folks, you heard me. No more doctor roulette or scouring the internet for questionable reviews. With ZocDoc, you have a trusted guide to connect you to your favorite doctor you haven't met yet. Just go to ZocDoc.com/AMP and download the ZocDoc app for free. Then find and book a top-rated doctor today. Many are available within 24 hours. That's ZocDoc, ZocDoc.com/AMP. Put that all together, that's ZocDoc.com/AMP.
The wait is over. DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL, is officially live in Ohio. Now you can legally bet on all your favorite sports anytime and anywhere right here in Ohio with DraftKings. For a limited time, new customers who sign up with code DEFEND will receive $200 in bonus bets instantly. DraftKings has the best features including same-game parlays, player props, and more with fast and easy payouts right at your fingertips. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. New customers can use code DEFEND to get $200 in bonus bets instantly when you place a $5 bet on anything. Only at DraftKings Sportsbook with code DEFEND. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 and over and physically present in Ohio. Valid one offer per first-time depositors who have not already redeemed $200 in free bets via pre-launch offer. Minimum $5 deposit and wager. $200 issued as bonus bets. Eligibility restrictions apply. See dkng.co/OH for terms.
We're going to read one more email because that one was long and fucking fun, but we're going to read one more email and get out of here. This one is from Imani, and the title is Seeing My First Dead Body. Ooh. This is fucking, these are two intense ones this episode. So, all right, Imani, let's see what you got. Hey, Alvin and Fran, my name is Imani. You can use my name, LOL. I just want to start by saying I'm a huge fan of the podcast, and I love you guys so much. Oh, much love back to you, Imani. Also, as a listener, I love that you guys are doing this Tales from the Hood segment. It's been entertaining to listen to all the amazing stories people have sent in. And the commentary from both of you guys is always hilarious. Keep up the amazing work. Damn, okay, shit. Kill us with flattery, yeah. Why don't you? Now let's get into it. As far as my Tale from the Hood, I wanted to send it in a lot earlier, but I have scoured the internet for forever trying to find an article about this story. Okay. But I have searched and still had no luck. So I'm just going to tell the story as best as I can from what I remember.
There you go. That's how you're supposed to do it.
Fill in the blanks with some fun stuff or speculate. That's what we do.
And for any other people, just for future references. If you have a story and can't find like some concrete details.
Who gives a fuck, man? You know you saw it.
Yeah.
You know you lived it. I don't need to see the article. Also, newsflash, having clicked on one link of a source once. Every email we've read, I'm not like, here's a source. I'm like, let me click on this to make sure they really tell the truth. Unless it's so crazy and you say, you got to see this guy's picture or something like that. Then I'll click on it. But to go read it, no, I'm taking your fucking, you're the source. Yep. You are the source. So now, Imani's Tale from the Hood. She said she wanted to tell us from what she could remember, but she says, mind you, this happened about 20 years ago. LOL, I know I'm old. Hey, man, listen, Imani, I'm 30. And I said something about a song the other day where I was like, yeah, this song came out in like 2002. That was 20 years ago. Yeah. So we've lived long enough as well now where we were conscious and alive and knew each other almost. Like maybe like a year before we met. But like I've been alive on this planet and like moving around and being able to do stuff where I could say 20 years ago and it's not like I was a baby. Yeah. I was like a functioning person. So that's, we're old. We're all old and it's relative. Age is relative. So here we go. In 2002, my mom, my sister, and I moved to Portland, Oregon. Okay. I still remember hearing about 9/11 on the radio. We lived there in the same apartment complex the entire 3 years we lived in Portland. We lived towards the back of the complex in an upstairs apartment. But I had a friend who lived in one of those single-level apartments, and she had a cousin that would come over and play with us all the time. Well, one day, we were playing in her room, and we saw a Hispanic man running outside of her room because it's on the first floor. So, by the way, there wasn't anything outside the window except bushes. I don't ever remember going back there, but I guess in between her house and the bushes, it was enough space for someone to fit and run.
Somebody ran past the room?
Somebody ran past the window.
The window. Okay. All right.
Into the kid's bedroom. So they're in there playing and they see somebody. But I guess, it's like the backyard kind of.
But they didn't run in the house.
No, they were outside.
They ran past. Okay. Gotcha.
But what she's saying is it's bushes back there and like it's not like a backyard with like a patio.
Yeah.
So whoever it was basically running through the woods kind of.
Right. Okay.
It was like she's saying I guess it was enough space for somebody to run back there, but people don't hang out back there.
Right.
So it was weird to see somebody run past the window.
Yeah.
So we went and told her mom and aunt and her aunt's boyfriend who was there this time, and so he went outside to check. But by this time, the man was long gone. Or so we thought. We didn't think too much of it and went back to playing. Across the street from our apartment complex, there was a park with a huge field. Some time goes by when we notice that there's police cars and crime scene investigators at the park. We can see the park from her house. By the way, all of this is happening in broad daylight. So me being 12 or 13, I thought I was old enough to go see what was going on. And oh my gosh, what I saw has been engraved into my brain ever since. Well, the man that we saw running behind my friend's house, was clearly running from somebody. Unfortunately, whoever it was that was chasing him caught up to him and beat this guy to death. I mean, his head and chest was split open. It was literally the kind of thing that you only saw in movies.
Shit.
It was truly horrible. I don't even know his name, but to see someone get beaten so brutally was one of the saddest things I have ever witnessed. I think that they had either used a baseball bat or golf clubs or both. In broad daylight? That's crazy. After I graduated middle school, my mom and I moved back to California. My sister stayed in Oregon. She was 18 by then. But when we went back to visit her around 2008, 2009-ish, I remember seeing a newspaper article in which there was still an ongoing investigation about what happened to this man in the park years prior.
Wow.
A few notes in case anybody wants to look up the story. You may have better luck than I did to find it. The park in North Portland is called Northgate Park. The street was Fesden, Fessenden, Fessenden Street. And third, it was in the Portsmouth neighborhood. Love you guys so much. I hope the new year brings you both much deserved success and blessings, both as duo and individually. All the best, Imani P. I'll give you a round of applause on that too, just for you being nice at the end and wishing us a happy 2023. Man, I've been fortunate enough, even though we do this podcast and everything like that, I've only seen dead bodies at funerals. I have not seen a dead body. I've been lucky enough to see that. I feel like that really would affect a person.
Yeah, I haven't seen that yet.
That's, and I don't want to. I hope I don't ever see that, because that's triggering. That's hard to see.
Absolutely.
Especially like a blood. I mean, what she's describing,
that was horrific. Yeah,
it's like an animal. She said it was split open, his head and his chest.
Yeah.
So, geez, Imani, I hope you've discussed that with somebody. If you need therapy for that, I hope you're seeking it. Don't just let that eat you up and manifest in your dreams and stuff like that. Go out there and get help. This is a great time to talk about better help. No, I'm just kidding around. No, that was crazy. Again, listen, guys, affirmativemurder@gmail.com. Thank you to Imani, and thank you to Molly for sending us in some great emails. Molly's email in particular, wow, roller coaster of emotions. Took us all over the globe, landed us right back at home to close things out properly. One more time, affirmativemurder@gmail.com. Send them in. And again, if you got some stories like Molly in your life and you're kind enough to let us in that way and be vulnerable, we thank you immensely. And if you have a close friend and you guys want to hop on and tell us a best friend story with audio, keep it between 2 and 4 minutes. We don't need to know what you guys like to do on the weekends, what her favorite drink is, what his favorite drink.
Yeah, we don't chewing, eating food.
No. We don't need any of that. Get right to the shits. Affirmativemurder@gmail.com. 2023 already off to a great start. Thank you guys so much, and we hope to be able to continue to bring you guys great content in the new year. And Fran, hit them with it one time.
Always be on the lookout.
See you guys next week.